David Myers from Exploring Social Psychology describes and defines culture as the enduring behaviors, ideas, attitudes, and traditions shared by a large group of people and transmitted from one generation to the next. He also describes and defines norms as standards for accepted and expected behavior. Norms prescribe proper behavior. In a different sense of the word, norms also describe what most others do, what is normal. Myers also defines gender as the characteristics which biological or socially influenced by which people define male and female, and gender roles a set of behavior, expectations, norms for males and females.
Gaston, may I have my book, please?
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Well, some people use their imagination.
Well, it's about time you got your head out of those books and paid attention to more important things. Like me. The whole town's talking about it. It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas, thinking.
Gaston, you are positively prying.
So I think by now everyone has heard of the phrase, why people have no culture, and for my family that's pretty accurate. You know, we're European and we don't celebrate things that they may celebrate in Europe. And for gender norms, my family is pretty spot on with the stereotypes, where my father always goes to work, supporting the family, and my mom, she cooks, she cleans, and she takes care of the family.
Hello.
Hello,
What is your name?
my name is Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Hello.
What is your age?
I am 42.
You're not 42.
All right, 57.
What gender do you identify as?
I'm a guy, male.
Okay. What's your cultural identity?
My cultural identity, I was born in this country, America, so basically I focus my culture, I guess, on the customs of America growing up.
Okay, what nationality do you identify as?
I'm about 3/4 German. My dad's mom came from Germany. I'm also got a lot of Dutch and English in me.
Interesting. What are some cultural norms set for your gender?
Cultural norms. Basically, the guy's always been head of the house. The German and Dutch nationality mix has caused guys in my family and myself to be kind of moody at times and to take charge view toward life.
Okay. And how do these norms affect you other than what you just said?
Well, I would say on the German side, a lot of Germans over the years were drafted into the armed forces. I was drafted into the Navy. Ancestors on my dad's side were in the war during World War I and II. And it seems like a lot of Germans were involved in war. So I did my time too.
Interesting.
What is a man supposed to be like?
Big, powerful, doesn't feel any pain, plays through pain, is aggressive.
I'm Korean American, and one of the norms for females in my culture is to have really pale skin and have it be free of any blemishes, and I don't fit that stereotype because I have a lot of freckles, and I'm tan because I live in California, and at first that used to give me a lot of social anxiety and stuff, and now I just kind of accept it because it's different. But yeah, introduce yourself.
I'm Kenya Oto. I'm 19 years old and I go to Sacramento City College.
What gender do you identify as?
I identify as a male.
What's your cultural identity?
My cultural identity is Japanese.
What's your nationality?
I'm also a Japanese national.
Okay. And then what are some cultural norms set for your gender?
Some cultural norms set for my gender
Yes.
is, as Japanese in general, there's a norm where everyone has to strive for the highest educational opportunity that they have. So get good grades, get into good college is a big pressure for us. And a specific one that males have is that since it's a patriarchal society, the men have to work as hard as they can to provide for the family, so the wife can stay at home and take care of the children.
So how do these norms affect you?
Well, even though I identify as a Japanese culture, I live in America, so they actually don't affect me that much. And I also don't have children yet, so I don't have to provide for any family. But my parents have been really strict about my grades and academic performance since elementary school. So I wouldn't say it's a negative impact since it's made me develop okay study habits. But yes.
Thank you.
You're right. Hey, look, Q. I thought you said only girls are moving in.
That's what my mom said. Hope you can ball. Bet he's a scrub like Kelvin.
Shut up.
Hey,
Can I play?
no. You nice?
Yeah, I'm nice.
All right. You and Kelvin against me and Jamal.
Oh, man.
He is a girl. Man, girls can't play no ball.
Ball better than you.
As a woman being raised in the Indian culture, I have experienced gender norms such as going to school and work and then coming back home and doing all of the housework, while men are told to enjoy life and venture out and experience new things, and women are told that they can do all of these things once they're married. Being a part of this culture has taught me that there are definitely double standards once it comes to men and women. What is your name?
Rupinder,
And how old are you?
27.
What is your cultural identity?
Indian,
What's your nationality?
American.
What are some cultural norms that were set for your gender?
I guess as a girl, it was more so that we are not as equal to men as we should be as in the American culture. So because of that, a lot of times we weren't able to do things that we wanted. Like in high school, I wasn't able to go to prom because I was Indian, so a male could go, but a female can't.
And how have these norms affected you?
I guess I was kind of held back in ways. I wasn't able to really hang out with friends and whatnot, so I guess it kind of made me a shy person, and I'm not as outgoing as I would have been if I was able to go out and hang out with friends and go out and do certain activities.
So, how'd you get mixed up with the
Pinhead with hooves? Well, you know how men are. They think no means yes and get lost means take me. I'm yours. I'll be all right. I'm a big tough girl. I tie my own sandals and everything. Bye-bye, Wonderboy.
I grew up in a home that consisted of both Irish Catholic and Latin American ideals, but gender roles were never really imposed on me. I did everything from playing with Barbies and doing my hair and makeup to playing sports such as basketball and rugby and going shooting and fishing with my brothers. Now that I'm a single mom of a 3-year-old boy, I play both roles in the home. My son sees that I cook and I clean, but I also go to school and work hard to provide a good life for us.
What is your name and age?
My name is Tammy Johnston Cisneros, and I'm 58 years old.
What gender do you identify as?
I identify as a female.
What is your cultural identity?
My cultural identity is kind of mixed. Even though I grew up in a predominantly Irish Catholic family, my stepfather, who was Hispanic, ran a pretty traditional Latino household. And so I identify with the Hispanic culture, but I have maintained my Irish roots.
What nationality do you identify as?
American, west of the Rockies, American.
What are some cultural norms set for your gender?
Well, especially with my generation, we came up with the cultural norms of being, especially girls, wanting to be mommies and nurses and teachers, and also my generation was the first generation to rebel against those cultural norms. Myself, I chose to marry and have a family and stayed home and raised my 4 children. But then I had a big change in my life circumstances and had to go back to college. And again, I pursued caregiving role and became a nurse, then nursing faculty, and now I'm a nurse administrator.
How do these norms affect you?
They affect me in that when I look back at the choices that I had in the very beginning, right out of high school and college, I wasn't interested in pursuing caretaking roles, and a lot of my friends went into teaching and nursing, and I realized after a while that there was a good reason for going into those professions, and they weren't just gender bound, but it affords mothers more time to spend with their children because of the days off and working 12-hour shifts just 3 days a week, and having summer vacation off and teaching.
Thank you.
You know about her culture? No, I mean, we're saving some of the things until she gets older to tell her about it. I want to say the roses and tulips. Don't.
No wonder she has so many questions. She doesn't know who she is.
I guess we kind of dropped the ball.
You know what? Forget the pretty nails. We are all going to a Vietnamese restaurant and we're going to give her a taste of her culture.
Good.
I want a cheeseburger.
This is a special soup called pho.
You told me not to say that word.
It is delicious. This is the food of your people. Can I get you anything else?
Actually, we're just trying to teach our daughter about your country. And as I'm saying that, I'm hoping you're from Vietnam.
I was born there.
So was Lily.
Oh, it's a beautiful country. My family still lives there.
I hate Vietnam.
Lily, honey, we don't hate.
I hate Vietnam.
Okay, we need just a second. That was rude.
I want to go home.
No, it's important that you celebrate the culture of your ancestors. You are Vietnamese.
No, I'm not. I'm gay. I'm gay.
Honey, no, you're not gay. You are just confused. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? It's like oh, please, we have tons of lesbian friends.
Odd that you would reference our friends and not us. Also gay.
We should just go.
No, nobody's going anywhere until she finishes the whole soup.
No, Gloria, it's fine.
No, it's not fine. That's the problem with this country. Nobody cares where they come from. They just want cheeseburgers and bread school, and they have forgotten about Colombia.
As you can see, cultural and gender norms vary from one culture to another. They play a large role in one's life, whether this is by conforming to the norms or rebelling against them.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself,